Klay Thompson is ready to shock everybody. After our second preseason game, which was Klay Thompson's debut as a Dallas Maverick, we were able to see a glimpse into what Klay Thompson is ready to provide the Dallas Mavericks as they're ready to win a championship. And although he only played in limited minutes, as he only did play in the first half of the game, he still showed flashes of greatness, something akin to the Klay of old, as he is ready to help this team do whatever it takes to make it back to the finals. So in this video, we're going to take a look at what we saw from Klay Thompson, what looked very great, what we can see him possibly improve on, as well as take a look at an injury that he did suffer after the game. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, we are currently sitting at 13,575 subscribers. As some of you may know, I've got a little goal. I want to hit 15,000 subs before the end of the year. So if you want to be up to date on everything Mavericks related, the news, the watch-alongs, the giveaways, the live streams, and everything in between, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on a single thing that we do. But over the summer, we saw Nico Harrison really go to work and just improve this roster. Trading away Tim Hardaway Jr., getting back Quentin Grimes. When Derrick Jones Jr. wouldn't re-sign with the team, he got Najee Marshall. And pulling off a crazy trade and getting Klay Thompson to join the Dallas Mavericks. Everything over the summer looked perfect as the Dallas Mavericks are prepared to go back to the finals and bring home the trophy. But there's been a lot of skepticism from some fans and in the fan base about Klay Thompson, and even people outside of the fan base. Talking about how Klay Thompson's washed. He was 0-10 with his last game with the Warriors. He's not the same defender as he once was. There was a lot of doubt surrounding Klay Thompson. There was a lot of people outside the fan base who really thought that the Dallas Mavericks aren't improving. I mean, our odds of winning the championship didn't really change after we got Klay Thompson. And as a Dallas Mavericks fans, we all know they always doubt us. They don't really expect us to go far, even when we have an amazing talent like Luka Doncic, like Kyrie Irving, like Derrick Lively, and all these other guys. And when you put Klay Thompson on top of all of that, you would think, hey, the Mavericks, they look pretty good. But as always, as the story goes, they will continue to doubt us, and that's totally fine. But this upcoming season, Klay Thompson is on a mission to prove everybody wrong, that he still has something to give, and he's not washed, he's not ready to retire, he's still got something left in the tank, and that's going to result in a championship. And if we just take a look right here, after his debut with the Dallas Mavericks, although it was just preseason, although it was just one half of a game, he was able to put up 10 points, 3 assists in 18 minutes. He was 3 of 9, and all 3 of those shots were from the three-point line, which looked very, very good. In the first quarter, he wasn't able to get any of his shots to go off, but in that second quarter, back-to-back threes, doing a little bit of a pick and pop, also just passing the ball to Daniel Gafford and Derrick Lively, just finding the big man, which is going to be great for the Dallas Mavericks team come the regular season and the playoffs and the finals, as obviously Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving will do their part of getting everybody involved. But knowing that we have someone like Klay Thompson who, yes, catch and shoot, play defense, he can do that. But he can also find the big man for an easy dunk, an easy layup, and maybe even a little pick and... It's amazing what Klay Thompson is ready to do for this team. And although he only played 18 minutes, you still saw the flashes of what he's able to bring. And if we just look at a few quotes from after the game, I asked Klay Thompson about his defensive versatility, saying, I still want to get rid of that notion that I'm not the same defender as I once was. I truly believe I am, and I'm excited to prove people wrong that I can still guard the elite players in this league, and I thought it was a good step in the right direction for me. And from what I saw in game 2 of the preseason, was Klay Thompson is very much on par with the rest of this team. Not going to say Klay Thompson is still that peak 3-and-D guy like he once was in Golden State. Obviously, he's a lot older. He dealt with injuries, but he didn't look like a liability on defense. He didn't look like somebody who couldn't stay in front of his man. Many times there was a switch where he was on Lauri Markkanen, or he was on Walker Kessler, or even on a shorter, smaller, faster guard like Colin Sexton. He was still able to stay in front of him. So as far as Klay Thompson's defense, I truly believe that he still got it as long as he's healthy, as long as he's in the right mindset. Obviously, I don't think we're going to see a lapse in defense because of Klay Thompson. If anything, our defense could improve. But another quote from Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson, I'm playing with 2 elite bigs in Derrick Lively and Daniel Gafford, saying it's so great. It's going to help my game so much. I'm going to try to get them great looks. That's a big reason why I came here, was to play with those 2 guys, and we're going to do great things off the ball. I'm just excited to play with 2 big men who can dunk on anybody. And that's what I said earlier about how Klay Thompson, although we know he's a catch and shoot specialist, 3-and-D guy, we know we're just going to really need Klay for threes. make your shots and get to the free throw line and make free throws as this team continues to struggle from the free throw line. We know what we're going to get from Klay Thompson offensively, but off ball, the pick and roll, the pick and pop, always find the big man. In his last season in Golden State, him and their big was just a tandem. And now that he's in Dallas, he's got Daniel Gafford, he's got Derrick Lively. We're going to see a lot of plays between Klay Thompson and our bigs. He's going to feed those guys, and when the defense shifts to them, Klay Thompson's just going to shoot the ball. You can't leave him open. You better put your best defender on him, because when Klay Thompson's out there, he's going to shoot it, and I trust every shot's going to go in. I believe Klay Thompson's going to finish this season 100% from three. All jokes aside, I'm very high on Klay Thompson. I think he's going to fit very well with the Dallas Mavericks. And even he knows that he's got a lot to prove. He knows what people are saying about him, and he is hungry to win a championship, prove people wrong, and show everybody that he is a great player in his own right. But continuing with the few other quotes we got here, Klay Thompson on his first game with Dallas, saying, "I was nervous for like 4 days. I haven't been that nervous, I don't think, since the 2015 Finals Game 1. I finally put the uniform on. It felt amazing. It literally felt like my rookie season all over again." He also continues by saying, "That's probably why I was so nervous, because a lot of expectations, but you got to embrace that. Greatness comes with great expectations. It feels really good to be embraced by the fan base, and like I said before, it inspires me every day to work my hardest. I know I made the right decision." And those are all the right things you want to hear from someone like Klay Thompson. Normally, when a team trades for a superstar like a Klay Thompson, there's a little bit of question of, are they that committed? Do they actually want to be here? Especially if they didn't join in free agency, if you have to trade for him. But with Klay Thompson, he chose to come to Dallas. We sent Nico Harrison, we sent Kyrie Irving, they had a conversation, but I felt like it was already in his mind that he wanted to come to Dallas, and Kyrie Irving and Nico Harrison, that's just icing on the cake to convince him to come play. And obviously, it's a winning team. We just made the finals. We have Luka Doncic, we have Derrick Lively, we have the right roster. From Luka Doncic all the way to the deep bench, we have a team that is ready to compete. And in the words of Nico Harrison, we were only one Klay Thompson away from winning a championship. But it is kind of cool to know that Klay Thompson was kind of nervous. You know, he isn't walking into this super cocky, like, yeah, I got it, it's whatever, I'm not worried about a thing. He knows all eyes are on him. He knows he has to perform, that he has to play at his best. So, yeah, a little bit of nerves, a little bit of jitters, but he knows he's going to be embraced by this fan base. He knows that the Dallas fans want Klay Thompson. The other day at Fan Jam, Klay Thompson didn't play, but there was two times during that Fan Jam that the audience was just yelling for Klay Thompson. We want Klay. And every single night, you best believe we want Klay to go out there, hit the shots, make the right plays, help us win games, lead us to the finals, lead us to a championship. And next year, we're going to do it all over again. But after the second preseason game where Klay Thompson did only play 18 minutes in the first half, he did have somewhat of an injury, and it's up in the air right now if he's going to play in the remainder of the preseason games. I wouldn't be surprised if Klay Thompson doesn't play for the last two games. There's no reason to really throw our top guys out there. We saw in the first game against the Memphis Grizzlies, Ja Morant did have a weird ankle injury. And then the second preseason game against the Utah Jazz, one of their young guys also got hurt. Had a weird fall, messed up his knee. It was Keontae George, and he never came back after that game. So with the remainder of preseason, these games don't necessarily matter as far as win or loss, but you do kind of want to see the guys out there in gel. You want to kind of work on some of that now instead of going to the regular season. The season starts and then you're like, what's going on? Where's the chemistry? Why aren't y'all gelling? You had a whole summer. What's going on? But fans has got to be patient. I know I got to be patient. It's going to come. We only got about 12 days left till the regular season starts, and then we're going to see just poetry in motion night after night. But if we take a look at the injury, Klay Thompson suffers injury after just one game with the Mavericks. I did report this in the last video, but just to go over it again for those that may not know, Klay Thompson is experiencing back tightness after first game with the Mavs. Klay Thompson said his back tightened up on him tonight, but he said he'll be ready to go on Monday. And like I said, it's not for sure that he'll miss that game Monday. It's not for sure if he will or will not play. If it was up to me, Klay Thompson, take the day off. We only have like 2 preseason games left. They kind of don't matter. It's more so for the end of the bench guys. You will be fine. And with his health history, that he's already missed 2 seasons in his career with injuries, he is getting older, he's not getting younger. You don't want to risk any of those injuries in a preseason game. You definitely want to keep Klay Thompson fresh. We've got guys off the bench like Najee Marshall that can definitely replace Klay Thompson if needed. So you want to just walk very cautiously with this, as well as any other injuries that we're dealing with, like Dante Exum, who's out for about 2 to 3 months, like Maxi Kleber, who's also dealing with an ankle sprain, like Luka Doncic, who is doing better, as well as Kyrie Irving in his hand, which really wasn't a problem anyway. But let me know what you guys think down below. Are you also excited for Klay Thompson? Do you expect him to really just blow everybody away? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. We can have a conversation about it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for making this far into the video. Make sure you check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. Consider becoming a channel member. We are doing another giveaway. The winner will be announced next week during a live stream. But until then, y'all take care. Drink water. Peace.